Right, guys. So, never done this before. This is a trader talking to another trader. I don't even know where to look. I'm looking at the camera here, right? I'm looking at the camera. You see, I'm just not comfortable. because I've just never done this before.
Yeah,
but I wanted to do something a little bit different. So a lot of you guys watching this probably know who I am. My name is P8FX. I am the CEO of P8FX Trading. And today I am here with...
Brandon. My name's Brandon Bradley, and I am the CEO of Limitless FX Trading.
And so I thought it would be very interesting that we don't ever see many traders ever get together and have discussions about things, about not even just trading related, but life related, because everyone associates with traders, with the money, the lifestyle, but we are also people, and we also have families and relationships, and we have highs and we have lows, and we also have the same problems as everybody else has, but that's never really talked about. So I wanted to just start having conversations with people who I believed were genuine traders in an industry full of sharks. And so Brandon was one of the people that I came across, reached out to and said, Brandon, I've been following your work for a while. I like what you do. Would you mind just coming having a conversation with me about life, about trading? And then, let's just have a bit of fun and kick it. And then he agreed, and then here we are. So number one, thank you for coming.
My pleasure.
And being a part of this. There is
Appreciate being asked.
No, that's all right. Look, there's no name for this.
There
is. I'm not a podcaster, of course. I'm not a trader. But I thought it would be interesting just to, I guess, for my own sanity and mentality, just to talk and see how things are from other people's perspectives, right? So, and we've all had different trading journeys, right? So I was trading from my mid-20s, and obviously I'm 38 years old. And then so Brandon, just tell people how old you are.
I'm 25 years of age, and to be honest, I've only been trading for 4 years. Now, it might seem a long time for some people, as you know yourself. It's not long at all in this game.
Yeah.
It's not long at all.
No, not at all. And so a lot of people would make that assumption, and that's a good starting point, actually. There's a lot of misconceptions that a lot of people have that you're able to trade successfully after a year, 2 years, because social media makes it out that you can, right? And so you're saying that it took you 4 years.
Basically, to start becoming like consistent. Got better and better by the years. Obviously, I was profitable after, I'd say, my second, maybe third year. But only up until recently, since I've moved to Dubai, it's been so consistent. Yeah. And people think, oh, so you've wasted 4 years. I haven't wasted 4 years in my life because I've learned a life skill that will get better and better.
Absolutely.
The older I get, the more experience I get, because it's never going anywhere.
No.
As what most people don't understand, this game is never going anywhere. Do you know what I mean? And like, you're like inspiration to me, because how many years are you in the game now?
Yeah, so I'm in my 13th year now.
Me, even to get to 10 years without giving up that's an achievement in itself, because, as you know, it's such a hard game to stay involved. Like, I've nearly given up twice, 3 times in the space of 4 years. Don't know about yourself, but it's hard to stay, and you've got to overcome the long nights and the not earning money and the end picture that you think you're going to grab a lot sooner. But in reality, it's a long-term game. Most of the people's clients, all these traders, they make out as, oh yeah, you can become successful in a year.
It's impossible.
I don't think I've ever heard of anybody.
Say, look, so we're not here to name names, and by all means, if you want to name people, by all means, we can bleep it out. Look, we're not here to badmouth people, but yes, guys, anybody that comes across to you and tells you that they can be successful, make you successful within a year, I from my experience, would categorically tell you it's just not true. So you said 4 years for yourself. It took me 4 years before I even gained a level of consistency. So when people tell you that, oh, Brandon, that's quite a long time. I was also getting the same thing, but later on. But a lot of people don't understand that things only started to really click for me when I learned about myself.
Yeah.
So I didn't understand why I was losing. I didn't understand why my entries weren't good. I didn't understand the psychology or risk element when it all came to it.
Emotions.
I didn't understand it because I didn't understand myself.
Yeah.
I had gambling tendencies.
Mm-hmm.
I was impatient.
Mm-hmm.
I was selfish, and I wanted the nice things, and I
Yeah.
wanted the designer things. And so with all of that, I put pressure on myself to force trades. I started to make target areas. I'm going to try to make £50 a day.
Yeah,
I started
FOMO.
to do all this. Yeah.
That
of
was
course.
my biggest.
I thought, okay, I've lost a couple of trades. I'm not going to let the market beat me.
Yeah.
I'm going to go back in. I'm going to put even a higher risk. I'm going to go for it because I'm the king here.
Yeah.
And then you just get slapped back down to reality really fast.
And then you learn to put the laptop down, go again tomorrow, and then everything just makes sense then.
But the thing is, I never stopped.
Mm.
So I lost a lot of money. Yeah, a lot of money. I probably lost more money in that first 4 to 5 years trading that most people will ever probably lose in their lifetime.
Yeah.
Right? Now, but I had to take another job. I'm ashamed to say that I even had to ask my mum for some money. Yeah, but she believed in me. She knew that it was
It's
something
the real though. Most people won't ever admit anything like that. You know what I mean? That's the difference with people like us. And what I think's good about, especially this today, you won't ever find a real, genuine trader or somebody who's real on something like this speaking to another trader, because
you don't see it, right?
don't want to call anyone out, but like I say, there's so much fakeness in this industry. It's unbelievable that people are so gullible. I don't understand how they're so naive.
So, how did you not fall victim to a scammer? Seeing as, because obviously you're young, you're 25, right? You're in that age bracket, where a lot of people get sucked in to the scammers because they see their Instagram, they see that the lifestyle. So, what stopped you going down that path?
Yeah. So the main thing I would say is, I'm lucky to be from where I'm from. There's a lot of that stuff.
Where
going
are
on.
you from?
So
For the people
I'm
that
from-
don't know, you probably would have got it from the
I'm
accent.
from Liverpool. Yeah, I'm Scouse. I'm not English. Yeah, I'm from Liverpool, so there's a lot of stuff like that going on outside the trading industry. That's already like, I grew up on the streets basically. I'm not ashamed to say it. I'm proud to say it. It's got to me to where I am today. When I seen all this stuff, I basically already knew they were scammers before even knowing what they did, just off looking at them.
So what did you see that people fail to see?
What I seen is the fake before the real in every aspect, in terms of, let's say for example, not going to name them, but the guys who not introduced me, but the reason I got into the industry was because of a certain guy or couple of guys, and the second I started following them and started watching them, I just realised
to realise.
I've realised everything. And that's what I feel like, because I'm from where I'm from, and all the stuff that goes on around you growing up gets you a bit like, you're a bit streetwise sort of thing. So when I started watching these, where most people just think, oh, I'm doing this, I watched them for a bit.
So when you continually watch them for a long time, you start to put two and two together.
And then you're like, wow. And then turns out you end up reaching out, and I told them to be real with me, and lucky enough, they told me how much of a scam it was. Do you know what I mean? And how dirty the industry is. And now another thing I'll admit is, for my first couple of years in the, not the signals game, but the helping clients make money, I sort of did fall down that route without realising I was going down that route. Now, when it come to me not making my money off my clients, and I realised, wait a minute, so all these guys are only getting paid by making their clients lose money. That's when I actually realised, right, I've got to switch it up. I've got to be different. I've got to make people understand that I am genuine. And the deals that I've got today, none of these guys can get them. I've got all the big fish in me DMs. Get me that deal. Can you get me on with this broker and that company? And they're like, they wouldn't go near you. You've got to show them results. You've got to show them clients actually making big withdrawals.
Of course.
Or they won't ever give you the deal where, obviously, there's no point. There's a point, A boeg and B boeg. the audience won't understand, but we understand.
So what is it? So for the viewers watching who don't quite understand what Brandon just said about A book and B book, just quickly, briefly, just explain to the viewer what it actually is.
Yeah, in the industry, you'll never find a trader out there, well, very few of us, who've got A book deals with brokerage companies. The reason for that is because these aren't genuine people, and it took me 6 months. I was in Dubai before I got my deal with the A-book broker, and that's because they were watching me clients, watching me results. They won't give you a deal if you're not making your clients money.
Correct.
B-book broker, they'll only give you a deal if you're losing your clients money. So it's as bad as they will message you and say, you need to make your clients lose more money this month. Never got to that with me, because the second I didn't get paid my commission and asked for the reasons why, and he told me it's because your clients are withdrawing all the profits, I'm like, okay, well, what am I doing here? You tell me what is my job, because my job is to make people money. That's what I'm doing this for. And
in
like,
their eyes, your job is to throw the trades so that they make money, and that's what we're going to pay you.
Exactly. All it's about is the ROI. Oh, if your ROI's not above this with the company, they're not going to pay it. I'm like, okay, I don't want to deal with you no more. I'll take my business elsewhere. Now, obviously, I do regret it, doing it for the first couple of years, not knowing what I was doing. But then the second I found out it did stop, like, I'm grateful the fact that I didn't get sucked in and be like, oh, well, why do I care about these strangers? Whether they lose or
how did you feel at that moment when you found out that what you were doing wasn't the right thing?
Bro, I was heartbroken, bro. I'm not gonna lie. It was like a stab in the heart to be like, not even just for me, realizing there's hundreds of people out there falling for this trap, not realizing that regardless of what you're getting sold, the end goal is you're gonna lose your money. 9 times out of 10, you're gonna put more money into your account, you're gonna lose it again. It's just a forever going cycle, and that's how the B-book brokers make money. Now, like I said before, I've got a lot of the big fish in my DMs asking me for my deal that I've got with my Dubai broker. When I first moved, I took one of the guys down there. I haven't even told you this, I'll tell you off camera. I took him down there. This guy's getting 500 clients, 1,000 clients a month. They didn't want to work with him. The reason why? Wasn't making his clients money. I said to him, bro, look, try and get a little folder together with all your clients' withdrawals. This guy's got 10,000 clients but can't get a folder together with 100 withdrawals. and it's just like, it kills me off, man, because I'm like, it's not like, obviously, do what you do. It's nothing to do with me, but at the same time, don't really deserve it. This guy's making, all these guys, they're making millions and millions.
Millions.
Do you know what I mean? Of not being genuine. And then there's people like us. Obviously, we still make our money. We make good money. But
not to the level that the stats.
If we start being fake and start doing what they do
next week,
I'll make do 10 million each this year.
My team always joke around every now and again when we go through hardships. And Prish, why did we have to be so genuine? Why can't we just do what they do and all of a sudden we'll be millionaires by the end of the week?
It gets them.
But it's what a lot of people don't know, and it's really nice that you're honest and you're open about this, because a lot of people know that I've been very openly speaking about the dark side of what the financial markets industry goes. So we're talking about the trading side. It's also deep and dangerous in the investing side as well, but especially the currency and forex market. It really is grimy, right? And these brokers, especially the B-book brokers, would purposely do deals with a lot of these influencers. I'm not going to call them traders because they're not traders. They're actually influencers because they have big followings, knowing that they are going to lose money, knowing that they can't trade, right? And so that then comes the commission split of the losses comes. So imagine with these people with their thousands of clients, they're just going to lose money again and again, and that influencer is making millions. So for those of you watching, when you see your favorite trading influencer flying around and with all of these millions, that's how they're making their money, guys. You have no idea that these brokers are also in cahoots and in bed with them, and they're all working. It's a big scheme.
And I thought I'd smashed it. I've got to deal with this broker. I'm going to start making it. And then when I realised, I was like, I wish I never ever signed that deal. I wish I never ever bought any poor person on that deal or got them in contact with that brokers. Even people who, like I say, people are people. 50% of people who come and trade with any trader, whether they're genuine or not, they always fish about and they go elsewhere. Now, even if they was to start with me on my brokerage platform, my affiliate code or whatever they call it, and they was to go elsewhere, they're always, like I said before, they're always going to be redepositing every different trader they go to, and they're going to lose. And even people do lose with me, but that's people who don't want to listen. Like I was saying to you earlier, take the horse to the pond, you can't make it drink. Do you know what I mean? True. Some people are just that stupid. They don't. You could literally do it for them and they'll still lose. The longer I'm getting into the game, the more I'm trying to cut them people out. I only want to work with serious people. Like,
and you're always going to come across people that, and the reason why, look, when anybody loses money, naturally it's the blame game.
Yeah.
You got to blame someone in anything, not just trading, in any aspect of life. You lose a football match, blame game. Which players did not perform, right? It's just what it is. So when it comes to the trading world and it's to do with money, the easiest person to blame is the person.
The trader.
At the head. You've got to get to a position, and this is where even I fall victim sometimes, is that I care too much because I want my members and my students to do well. I want them.
That's what you're doing it for. Yeah.
So you're passionate with that. So you want them. So when they miss a signal or they're an hour late, you think, well, why are you late? But you have to.
Just keep it calm.
You got to understand that people are going to make mistakes. That not everyone at that moment is going to see that signal. Everyone's emotions is different. You've told them, slap on a 0.10 lots. They're going to do a 1 lot anyway. So you can't control that. That's not your fault. So if they mess up, they've margin called, that's on them.
It's all good when you're winning.
Of course. Oh, and when then you're good.
Yeah,
it's all hail, and all of a sudden it's all screenshots and it's all rosy.
And that's another thing that I'd say probably yourself as well. We're different. I tell people I lose.
Yeah.
You know, and I tell people that I lose quite frequently. Like, the best trader in the world loses a lot.
Of course,
you know what I mean?
It's part of the game.
Yeah,
right?
If you're not losing, then
if you ever see anyone that doesn't publicly show that they lose, there's a problem.
Yeah,
right?
Most definitely.
So all the signals and trades that I give, I do myself. So my screenshots are of the exact same thing that you have. That's why we just match just on different lot sizes, right? And I'm open and honest. I'm just how it is, right? And I post my stats at the end of the year of how I performed, and so because it's the way to be, because it also makes me want to improve, so that I can always try and improve my stats. And
you've always got your record there to look back on too, innit? That's one thing I will open-heartedly admit. I don't have any MyfxBook or nothing at the moment.
My MyfxBook can be rigged.
Can it? Yeah.
Yes. So there was a system that was built quite a while back, and everybody, like some of these scammers were using MyfxBooks to get clients. And so I looked into this a little bit, and it became apparent that you could actually get software that you can edit the details. Yeah, and then so basically,
the industry's so sour.
It really
so
is.
Sour,
it really is, man. You can fake anything.
Yeah.
And then so when they've got the fake MT4, the ones that you can get from these B-book fraud brokers,
they just then connect it to my.
You connect it to it, and then all of a sudden you're putting your withdrawals, and all you got to do is have a bot in place that that just has specific wins, and you're rigging the whole thing. And then that way, all of a sudden, you can claim to people, look at my 100% win rate and blah, 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 but it's all fake. And so one of the things that I would suggest in terms of your stats, if you go to Forex Factory, log in and register with them, you're able to link your MetaTrader straight to them, and then all your details, it gives you wicked breakdown of your performance. And so I use that. And Forex Factory are genuine. They are probably the best economic calendar out there. And so
I'm not even going to do that for like the haters or anybody.
It's for yourself.
I just want to do it for personally.
You got to, because
that's one thing I've realised. I get a lot of people, why aren't you showing your personal account or your personal results?
That you're a trader.
My members just about get to see my personal account, you know what I mean? And the reason I was going to do a MyfxBook last year was because I was getting sick of people like, bro, you're not even catching these trades, or you're not even this and that. So I was thinking,
catch everything.
Yeah, so I was like, I'm just going to get a MyfxBook just to shut them all up. And then, do you know what I thought about it? I thought, why are you dropping down to their level?
No, don't.
Do you know what I mean? Like, I'm on my path. If
So as a trader, your trading history, your account, of course, yeah, to your members and stuff, you can do whatever you want. When it comes to, would you walk around showing everyone your bank statement? You wouldn't, right?
Yeah.
So as a trader, your trading account is yours.
Yeah,
yeah?
that's it.
There is no need to prove to people, oh, I have a real account. What you got to hide? Why are you acting like that?
And it's normally the ones who show they've got a real account, and
so
not the ones
they have to show it. Why? Just because they know they've got no credibility.
Yeah.
No one believes them. So I've got to
Yeah.
prove, look, it's a real account, a real account. So that means no one believes you, you know? And so when it comes to your own stats and figures, I'm a stats man. I love looking at my performance. Just to see what my top winning pairs are, what my losing pairs are. So what it basically does. So I'll use my numbers from last year. At the back end of 2023, when it came to my losers, the Japanese yens were in my bottom losers. Okay. So I realized that I was losing more money on yens, and then so I made a pact that in 2024 I'm going to put a little bit more focus on yens to see where I'm going wrong, to understand why. And on the third week of January, I remember I had made a total of 6 yen trades. Yeah, 4 were losers and only 2 were winners. So I'm still struggling with trying to capitalize off yens. Yeah, still trying to. So, but I'm working on it. So currently in a UJ trade now.
You showed me.
That's
Nice
doing well.
profit.
And then so that's another win and in the bag. So I look at that to better myself. So there's a problem there with me in the end. So I'm an educator. So for me to educate other people and help other people successfully win, I've got to conquer it myself. Right? I can't say, trade this and I'm not doing it myself. Come on, right? And then,
I only trade 3 pairs myself also. GJ, UJ, gold.
and gold. So they're your 3.
They're my 3.
Yeah, so I trade literally, it could be any currency pair of the big, could be Australian dollar, New Zealand dollar, Canadian dollar. And so I pick and choose wherever I see a setup, it's there. If you have the tools and the skill set to analyze on any pair, then it's just about being patient and letting something come to you, right? And so there's a lot of people that specifically pick pairs like yourself.
I feel like you get attached to certain pairs.
Do you feel like you're limiting yourself?
In a sense, I'll tell you the reason why. My first 3 years, I'd trade anything. The second I focused on specific pairs, my performance went up a lot better, because like I said, I feel like you build a relationship with the certain pair. Do you know what I mean? It's like you start to know its ways, sort of thing. Do you know what I'm saying?
It's so interesting you say that, because I've always felt that you never really know a pair, because any press conference can come out. It can swing it. So you might be on there for a long time, understanding your swing highs and your swing lows, and you think, okay, cool, I can see it. It's what normally happens. But then one thing can happen and it can just blow things out. So that's why I just said to myself, from my perspective, any setup anywhere, if you've got the know-how to be able to identify, I think it should be all right to try and find any other pair. But I get from your point of view that if you didn't have no success with it before, but then you started to get success once you narrowed it down,
as soon as I
that's what
narrowed it
works
down,
for you.
like my business partner, he's EURUSD, bro. He is unbelievable on that pair. Now when he goes elsewhere, it's weird. His setups don't work, but see on EURUSD, he's got it so dialed in. It's like he knows how the pair performs, and then he'll go, I'll say we'll have a session on GJ, and he's like, bro, you've just got 8 for 8. Like, what's up with you? And that's just like I said.
With that, so this is a great example. With EU, Euro USD, a pair that correlates with it is AC, Australian dollar CAD, AU correlates with it. So actually, if you analyze EU, you can actually slap those trades on as well.
Well, I tell him this, but he's one of them. He's to the point now where he's got his money.
He's all right. So if he's all right, he's doing it. So when I was younger and I was trading, and let's say, so USD Swiss franc was my pair. So I used to be like, yo, this is the one. But then what used to start happening, I was so obsessed with it. Listen, I'm starting to see things that are not even on there. I'm starting, so I'm starting to have these trades, and I'm thinking, scratching my head, and then I come back the next day, and I'm thinking, why the hell did I get into it in the first place?
I'm not gonna lie, a few of my clients love that pair, And they know I don't trade it, but off what I've taught them, they trade it well. And they're always saying to me all the time, oh, you should trade this and that. And I'm just like, it's not really for me. Do you know what I mean? Like, I just like to stick to my pairs. Maybe the more experience I get, the more comfortable I get on the markets, because that's another thing traders don't like to admit. Lad, I'm still learning every day.
Yeah.
Every single day. And I know I'm going to be learning forever.
And I will tell you something else. Even though 13 years in this business, I still learn.
Yeah.
I'm still learning. Just the other week, I was telling my members, guys, look, I'm working on a new lesson because I've just figured something out. I think it could be beneficial. And you see, so you will always continually learn.
Yeah, but when clients are like, obviously, they don't understand the look. Like when they're showing you results and like, oh, I've just made an extra few grand on this pair, and I'm like, bro, it's just luck. Like, I'm made up for you, but at the same time, like,
Brandon, look, people will do my course. They will get to the end of that 4-week period, and they're going to be like, yo, I've got mucho grande cojones now. Yeah? Like, I know Precious taught me, I've got the golden nuggets, I know what I'm doing. And then, all of a sudden, they've had a beginner's luck month. Let's be honest.
Yeah, bro, I've got a certain client, like I said. I'm going to show it, if I'm allowed to show it.
Go on.
There was a big talk about it in the group yesterday. I was telling you before, he's trading on a funded. I passed the funded for him. He's going crazy.
Is this a 20 lot?
Yeah, it's going crazy. Now look, even as soon as I show you, you'll know yourself. How much has he made in a day?
A 36k.
In a day.
In a day.
20 lots.
20 lots.
His max, obviously, other than take my gold trade out, 120 pips. His max pips each trade is 10, 15, 20 pips each trade.
But on 20 lots, that's what you need, isn't it?
And I'm trying to say to him, don't get too comfortable.
No.
You've been trading 6 months.
Because what's going to happen, that's going to become his benchmark.
Yeah.
So what happens is next week, he's going to, I got to go for that every single time. And I'm telling you what's going to happen.
Bro, I had to tell him, out of respect, send your results to me. Don't put them in the group no more, because you're going to influence everybody who's doing correct risk to go crazy.
They're going to go multiple trades, multiple lot size, and they don't understand, and all of a sudden it goes pear-shaped.
And I'm not going to lie, I don't know many traders that do it, but risk management, obviously it's a strategy, but that's so big in my strategy in terms of...
It just goes out the window when they're slapping on those lots.
When they're slapping on them lots, let's say for example, obviously I like to...
Because they're not putting one position.
No.
They're putting multiple. Bro. So now times that by the positions, sitting on about 200 lots.
Exactly. So let's say for example, I love me risk to reward, like we were saying earlier.
Yeah.
Even you've told me from experience, I'll lose interest in risk to
fizzle
reward
out,
the older.
It'll fizzle out.
But so for example, right now, if I do 5 trades at a 1 to 5, 1, 2, 3, 4 losers, 5th wins, we're up.
Yeah,
we've lost 4 out of 5.
But that's
see these clients who are doing 20 lots.
That's crazy. But that's really interesting you say that, because a lot of people don't actually understand that. A lot of people who are watching this won't understand that. You can have 10 trades. You can have 8 losing trades.
2 wins,
but those 2 big winners, and you're up.
With a good risk to reward.
With a good risk to reward.
All these influencers, 60 to 100, 200 pip stop loss.
They're not traders. They don't. It's for them. It's a commission based strategy for them. So it's nuts. But yeah, man.
Personally, I don't know about you, but max stop loss for me personally in our group is 30, 40 pips.
So it depends. I would say. If you're swinging, if you're gonna swing, you're gonna need to go up about 50 pips. Because you're gonna need to let it go. Especially if you're trading like we trade a lot around data releases as well. So you know it's volatile. You know the spreads are gonna go. You put 30 pip stop loss during data release, you're out.
You're out.
And then it's gonna go in your favor, and you're gonna be vexed. And then you're gonna revenge trade, and all sorts of nonsense is gonna come. So it depends. And so we took a trade last week with just 10 pip stop loss, and that was luck.
That's me. That's what I love.
I love it because it's like 0 drawdown, guys.
Not even 0 drawdown. Max risk to reward.
As in like nothing, just straight in your favor.
One thing I'll say to the clients, what they don't understand, your lot size can be bigger than what you want it to be if your stop loss is lower. This is what they don't understand. So like, I always have clients on me all the time like, bro, I'm only seeing small returns, my lot size is too small, this and that. And it's like, okay,
drop down your SL, increase your lots. Yeah.
And you're risking the same as you would with a
My
smaller lot
God,
size.
your entry better be on the money.
Yeah,
Don't come like 2 hours later having a look at the group or trying to do some other James Bond stuff yourself.
Even when clients try and call you out and you break it down for them, like, look how many pips you are away from the entry price and this and that and how late you are. All it takes is a simple text. And if I'm busy, like you have yourself, we've got a community.
Yeah.
Put it in the group. Ask you the 100 and odd traders, am I still able to enter this trade?
Yeah, that's a good thing. What my lot do, they're very
They all
very
help each
supportive
other,
and all
innit?
help each other
Yeah,
because everyone
yeah,
wants
yeah.
to win, right?
Yeah.
And so that's why we was in a trade yesterday, and I asked the guys, who's got the highest entry on all in a trade?
Yeah.
There's loads of us in the same trade, and everyone just putting on the entry. And then
It's nice, isn't it, that you see
of
all your
course.
community helping each
Of
other.
course.
I only started mine when I moved to Dubai just over a year ago. I wish I'd done it from day one. I
I've
probably
had
wouldn't
mine
have
for,
lost as many clients as
nearly
I've lost.
6 years now, and
Yeah.
it's grown organically for 6 years, and it's
People,
great.
that's another thing. People don't understand how busy we are.
Yeah,
You
it's
know,
hard. It's hard to manage.
even out of the analysis, trading side and your other side of the life, like we've all got our own life as well as dealing with hundreds of clients. It gets hard, man. Like, obviously, I've only got a few hundred clients, like 300-400 clients. I probably should start looking at employing people to do it for me, but
It'll help.
yeah, I just love being a one-man army.
One-man band. Do you know what will help? But what it's going to do, it's going to...
That's when I can scale.
So when I brought people into the business, it wasn't even so that I could trade more. It was so I could actually spend time living. Yeah, it's important that we got one life. We can spend a whole year. What's the difference between someone who works a 9 to 5, working that for 40 years, and us doing the exact same thing? Because we don't have a 9 to 5.
No.
Markets don't close, right? So for us, it's a 24-hour cycle,
Yeah.
right? And then so we sleep minimal and we got to work lots. So if you're going to do the exact same thing day in, day out, there is no difference. So time is what you should value, right?
Yeah.
So you bring people into the business to do certain elements for you to enable your time. So I have people that look after my social media. I have admins that look after the admin side of things and the onboarding process, etc., etc. I've got a web team that deal with all the websites and do all of the lessons and the uploads and all of that. And so because doing all of that myself, I can do. But one thing that I learned from Richard Branson is that hire people better than you, right? And I don't want to be the type of person, because I was.
I love that saying.
As a perfectionist, I was like, I can do it better than everybody else. I used to tell myself that. Yeah, but
That's me right now.
there is probably someone better at making like look. Because I'm a trader, I'm not really too good on social media. I don't really want to go on a camera every 5 seconds and say something, right? So I know I
talking
have
about
to.
that earlier, isn't it? Like, it's one thing we're both learning how to do.
How to market.
Especially people who know me. People who know me not like just in the trading industry. People who know me personally.
Yeah.
They're seeing me do this and they're like, that's not him.
Yeah.
What people need to understand is I'm learning.
Yeah.
It's shit I've got to do.
We have to do.
Yeah.
If we don't do it, then the scammers win.
Yeah, the scammers win.
They scammers win. And then so what was the point of doing this successfully? And then some people say, oh no, but Priyesh, you earn good money anyway. Why don't you just stay doing that? Trading is a lonely game. Yeah, it's a lonely game. Scammers are fine because I've got no heart. It's a lonely game. Yeah, the thing that gets me and gives me that satisfaction is the community. Yeah, the amount of people that fly in, no matter where I am in the world, whether it be Latvia, London, Dubai, Barcelona, wherever I'm living.
Yeah.
They come just to chill, have a coffee because they're on holiday and stuff. That's nice. But that's built from the community, right?
None of these influencers are ever going to meet any of their clients.
Of course not, man. I mean, what are they going to be able to show? How they're going to be? Because remember, we are people first and foremost over everything else, and so it will come across. And look, let these scammers and all the pretenders that are out there, even the brokers. Time will come. The time will come. And when the time comes, let them do things. We got to stay doing what we do, stay clean-hearted, level-headed. Yeah, think about our future. Yeah, what we're here to do and why we're doing it, right? So we need to understand to market better. We must, because if we don't market better, then we don't have no longevity in the business.
That's it.
Right? We don't have no longevity.
I'm learning too. Even though it's like I hate all the cringy stuff and shit like that, I'm getting better. Do you know what I mean?
So like, there's certain things that we started, and then after a few months we had to pull. One of them was 10 spaces open into our VIP group. Join that. Listen,
I've been there. I've done that.
Cringe when people do it. But when everyone's forcing pressure, you gotta say it. You gotta say it. So I'm jumping out the Ferrari, and I'm like, all right, guys, I'm opening 10 spaces. It got to a stage, Brandon, I'd be like, guys, pull it. Cannot do it, man.
I still
Because I'm
sometimes
just
do
cringe.
shit. Like, obviously, I charge a premium. Like, I'm not like all these other groups where like, oh, you've got to start with my broker.
I've got I got a paid group, man.
I've got a paid group.
Yeah.
Now, obviously, with the spots, sometimes I will open 10 spots for lifetime signals for like free or whatever. Other than that, I don't make out as if like there's only 10 spaces this week.
No, I can't.
We all know people will let as many as they want in.
Let me speak to the audience for a second. Have you ever noticed that when the influencers say, guys, I've got 100 spots opening, 2 days later they've got another 50? And then a week later, but then some of them say, no, listen, Brendan, some of them say, all right, guys, after today, it's permanently closed. But the permanent lasted about 4 days. Yeah. And then there were more spaces, miraculously. And then the next week, and then they say, oh, the broker has said no more spaces allowed. But next week, the broker had a change of heart and then allowed more spaces.
You'd think people would be a bit more clever.
You would think people would be a little bit more smart and say, there is no limits. It's a marketing technique that they use to lure people in. But that thing, I just was like, all right, guys, pull it, because I just cannot fathom it. Hey, guys. Hey, 10 VIP spots. So please come and take these spots before they go. They're not going.
As if there's going to be no more after it, you know what I mean?
And so it's mad. It's mad. But listen, I want to do something. I got some quick fire questions.
I'm ready. I'm ready.
So I thought, okay, cool. Quick fire. Nice and quick.
Yeah.
Stop loss, no stop loss.
Stop loss.
100 pip trade or 530 pip trades?
100 pip trade.
Tea or coffee?
Tea.
Man United or Everton? He's a Liverpool fan, yeah?
Oh, Everton. I couldn't pick Man U, man. No way.
Funded account or real account?
Depends what stage it depends what stage of your journey you're in. I think that's my answer.
Okay. Dubai or England?
That's another tough one. It's different reasons. Obviously Dubai, but me personally, England, I just thinking is a bit fucked up with the tax and all that.
It's a mess. The country's a mess.
Like, I love Dubai.
Oh, did you hear Rishi Sunak sending everyone to war? I've been seeing
who's gonna go to war for him?
The best thing, I've seen these videos on TikTok.
I don't take no notice to that stuff.
People coming out and saying, listen, and it's so funny because they're like, well, who are we gonna
war with?
Against Russia? Yeah. It's a bit
with
crazy.
Russia.
Yeah, you trade. Listen to this.
As if we're ever gonna have
listen. So you're gonna have people doing like makeup in front of the camera, or like the influencers. What are they gonna? Do you understand?
And you got these young lads in Russia fighting with bears in the snow.
Vodka in the cereal.
Are these messing?
All right. So day trading or swing trading?
Personally, day trading.
Forex or gold?
Oh, I love gold. I love gold. Forex.
Investing crypto or trading crypto?
Trading crypto.
Elon Musk, Jeff Bezos?
Jeff.
Bitcoin or Ethereum?
Bitcoin.
Ferrari or Lamborghini?
Oh, it's a tough one now. Ferrari.
All day. Patterns or candlesticks?
Patterns.
Okay, good. That's it. So that's quick fire. I want to go back to. I want to go back to one thing: the funded account, real account. This is a good one because there's two sides of the coin on this one. Yeah. And so when it comes to, because what you said was really interesting as well. You said that it depends on what stage you are
of your journey. Yeah.
So the funded accounts since 2020 have been kind of one of the main things that a lot of, especially young people looking to get involved in trading, seem to go down. It seems to be their path because they're told it's a company's money which you're using, and then you're paid out at the end once you have an account if you make any profit. What a lot of people don't realize is the in between. there's a lot of stuff in between. So a lot of people will come to me and they ask me, why don't I go down the funded route? And I say, because I have money and I have my own account, which I've had for a number of years, that I just consistently and successfully trade. And so I'm able to withdraw. I don't have any restrictions. I'm not forced by any rules. I can trade anytime. I can stop. I can do whatever. There is no limits to it, right? Whereas when it comes to a funded account, there are stipulations, there are rules in place. So what would you say to someone starting out trading who has about £500? Would you go down the funded route knowing that they don't know actually how to trade, but they've obviously seen someone online claim they're millionaires from funded trading, or would you suggest they put that money in a real account and try trade it, or third option, invest in education?
Education all day, because I'll tell you my steps, and I'm honest about it, and I don't care what people think on their opinion. I done it all backwards. I started with a live account, then I got a funded, then I started educating myself, then I went back to a funded, mainly because, and I think the reasons are good, the reason I trade funded is because when I was live, after I started educating myself, I had these problems. I couldn't stick to my rules, my emotions, all this stuff. As stupid as it sounds, the funded helped me a lot sticking to my rules because I had to, sort of thing. Or you lose your account, blah blah.
So it made you disciplined.
It helped me with discipline a lot, as well as my emotions, because it is what it is, sort of thing. It's better losing,
because you got to stick with it, or you're losing that money.
Yeah, it's
that
better.
You paid to get.
Let's say,
get
for
on
example,
£1,000,
100k funded account. It's better me losing 10k on that than 10k of my own money, as I've done in the past.
Yeah,
do you know what I mean? So the second I thought I'll do a year or 2 years or however long I want on the funded, until I know I'm comfortable and I will be okay with, let's say, losing 5 or 10k on my real own account, because at the minute I'm not comfortable with that.
Right.
And then bad habits come back in. Chasing me losses, I'm doing this. It's just like, there's ups and downs to fundeds, but when you know the dark secret, if we want to call it.
So you gotta understand that, number one, you gotta know how to trade.
Yeah.
This is the first hurdle that everyone stumbles on, because the vast majority think they can go down the funded route and automatically pass the challenges, and you're going to be getting this funded account. First and foremost, understand that a funded account is not a real money account, right? It is created, so it's basically a demo account. It's not a real account. And when they all first started and started cropping up, everybody assumed. So when I would come out and I would make videos saying that they're not real accounts, a lot of people gave me a lot of stick, but it's not. Who in their right mind, would put money in an account and give that account details to an absolute stranger?
Who they haven't even researched anything?
No one would
no trading history, nothing.
And so I think first and foremost, you've got to know how to trade. If you're able to trade successfully. I like what you said in terms of discipline. It helped you with discipline. I've not heard that before, actually.
That's the only reason I've
because that's good. That would be a reason why you would go down that, because of the rules.
Yeah, because
you can't really go wrong, can you?
Yeah,
because if you do, you just lost that money.
Account.
Yeah. So
it's better losing. Like I said, I think it's like all different companies, £1,000 for a 100k account.
Yeah.
Lose that account 10k. It's better than losing 10k
true, of your real money. Makes sense. So until you stick to your rules, and so in terms of your discipline, it will come in quite handy. Actually, I've never seen it. I've never spun it in that direction.
Yeah, I noticed a lot when I went back live from funded.
It changed
the whole game for me, because it was like, that's what I needed. Because like I say, I put a bit of pressure on myself too much. I'm still young. Do you know what I mean? And like you said at the very start, I'll go back to the very start, you've got to have your life in fucking place. If you've got shit going on in life, you don't trade. Do you know what I mean? And if your life's going cool and everything's good back at home and friends, family or whatever, then that's the best time to do stuff. If you're not in the right mind space, then you can be the best trader in the world, you still lose.
It's paramount. So when when some of my traders go through a losing streak, I pick up a conversation with them. The first thing I ask them, is there anything happening personally in your life, like work related, family related, relationship related, children related? Is there anything?
Yeah.
And then literally 9 times out of 10 there is
all stems
something.
back.
Yeah? And then I will say that, so you would know that actually you shouldn't have traded. Yeah.
And that's what I'd never do. I'd say I had stuff going, even if it's little things that can just tweak your brain. I'd still get on the laptop and trade, where I'm not gonna lie, like I said, the funded learned me so much about discipline. I still have fundeds today.
You know what was really good for me to see in terms of my students is that over Christmas, when it comes to December, the last 2 weeks of December, we always try to take off. It's basically the only 2 weeks in the year I actually even get off, right? And so I tell all the traders, everyone, markets are quiet, low liquidity, because everyone it's rubbish, because there's nothing.
Horrible.
I mean, you get dashes. I mean, it's terrible, right? It's the last week of January where things kick off, and now we've got cash rates, everything back to normal. So those we normally take off, and then I was still seeing on my group posts of trades and charts and stuff, and then I'm off, I'm spending time with my family, but I'm watching and I'm seeing this. And I remember coming back, and at the beginning of January, I always have a motivational meeting with my students to get them set for the year. And I said in there, how many of you found it very difficult to even switch off for those 2 weeks? And there were so many people that raised their hands. And so now let me ask you a question. Do you control the market, or does the market control you? Right? And so if you felt the urge to always get on that phone, to always open up that laptop, there's a problem, guys.
Big problem.
You've got to learn to switch off. It is so important that you switch off, because if you don't switch off, you have no balance. You know, we all talk about in life, we talk about work-life balance. This is our work-life balance.
People don't understand it. They think it's just he trades, he's got money.
No, what? You know, I'll categorically tell you, and everybody that knows me have heard me say this before, more money, more problems.
Yeah.
You know, life was much more simpler when I just had a normal 9-to-5 job, a very chilled out, normal way of living. Would I ever go back to that? Never in a million years. But my God, life was simpler.
Yeah.
You know, when money comes in naturally, your lifestyle will start to change.
All my successful mates say it. They're like, even I'm talking people who are like 10, 20, 30 million. Like each stepping stone, life gets more stressful. I'm like, surely not. I'm like, bro, you done what? 10 million last year, and he's falling out. What's up? He should be happy. He's like, it's not all what it seems. Do you know what I mean? More money, more problems.
Yeah,
I'll always
true.
stick to that. Yeah. Only because now that I'm older and I've got successful people around me, they can back it and they can prove it to me.
So I have so many issues, like what we spoke about off air, that like I'm going through all sorts of problems with property and I'm with law firms and stuff, you see. Like I shouldn't have been in this scenario, but I'm in it, right? And again, what the money does enable me is to pay my bills, pay these lawyer fees, and pay these things that I'm in, right? That's
Same
what
here.
it does. Yeah,
I'm in the exact same situation with a different case.
But what it doesn't take away the problem, does it?
No.
Yeah, and that's when people believe that they can just throw money at the problem, it doesn't solve the problem. You're just paper cracking it, you know. And so, yeah, man.
One thing I'll say to the audience also, I don't know if you'll agree, it's not really off topic as well, but Dubai's good for a holiday. Don't think it's good to live.
We could have a whole conversation.
I know.
We could have a whole conversation. Yes, I'm looking at you as well. A whole conversation about this. And so the only thing I'm going to say, I don't know, ruffle any feathers, I would agree. Dubai is fantastic for a holiday.
It's lovely.
It's amazing, to live, you have to understand there is a very big difference between living and holiday. You're looking at a country that was built for tourists. It's fantastic. Come for 2 weeks and splash your money. You'd love it. You'll see everything great. But this is how I picture Dubai. Yeah, this as well. You know, Frosties, the cereal. Dubai is Frosties.
It's a good one, this.
Yeah,
it's a good one.
Take away the sugar, and it's just cornflakes. That's it. You know, that's what it is. Take away the sugar. You've got cornflakes. You know, and so it's a fantastic country. It's like every country, it's got its pros and cons. And so, but there is a big difference between living and moving, and I think a lot of people get caught in the trap of coming here.
Do you think you'll ever live here permanently?
No.
Same. I
No.
agree with you, bro.
No, permanently no.
Unless I become stupid rich. I mean, like 20, 30, 40 million. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, you're gonna have to. Yeah, but it's remember, it's everyone's got their own way of how they would like to live, right? Could I always live in a place like Dubai without being able to climb mountains, run around in forests, get the dirt bike in the forest, man? You know, like you want
That's what I'm going for.
Yeah, you want to do some of this stuff, and so
walking the grass with no shoes on.
I crave that.
Real grass as
Real
well.
grass, exactly. Yeah. And then, like, I want my dog to just run around and just go wild, you know?
Oh, I had to leave my dogs, man.
and then-
I didn't even tell you before, did I? I had to leave my
Oh,
dogs. Feel
no.
so bad. I got 2 little dashhounds.
Oh, and you left them.
I had to with my mum. I don't think they'd... Not that they'd survive. I just don't think they'd...
It's
have a good life out here.
It's not.
You know
It's
what
not
I
a. It's not. This country's not built for dogs.
As well as they're not good with unfriendly people. And I wouldn't
Right,
say people are
right,
friendly out here, do you know what I mean? Someone walks past my dogs, doesn't give them a little stroke or a little... they start barking and stuff.
Did you know? So this is really interesting, right? I know that people are scared of dogs, and one of the reasons because you have a very big community of Asian people here from India, from Pakistan, from Bangladesh, and in a lot of these Asian countries, there's a lot of stray dogs, and they've had bad experiences where the stray dog has bit them or chased them or their children. So there is that natural fear. So when we were staying in Marina. Obviously, Don Pacho, my dog, is like a white teddy bear. He's a West Highland Terrier, so he's a hunter dog. Yeah. But people were, and he's very well trained.
Yeah.
So even though he's a hunter dog, he will listen to my commands.
Doesn't need a muzzle now.
No, doesn't need a muzzle. No. He will never need. He's very, very good. But people were petrified. Like to the corner of the lift, they would be like this, and I'm like, he's not going to do anything. He's like a teddy bear. He will not do anything, you know. And but it's that fear. Walking down the street, they would literally walk away, you know.
That's another thing we can say about the buyers, like I was saying to you before off camera. I don't think it's as friendly as other places. I don't want to slate I don't want to slate the buy too much and say this and that and give it a bad rep or whatever. But it's like there's nothing better.
People
than
are
like,
here. People are here for themselves. They're here to. They're.
And when you're walking down the street or it's the morning time, you're like, oh, people.
No one will
just
speak
like,
to each other. No, there is none of that. No, there's no
like, oh,
even.
good
like,
morning. How are you today?
I
Blah,
walk into
blah.
a lift.
Yeah,
Like me and my wife. Hey, good morning. Silence. No, just be polite.
It makes you feel weird. Do you know what I mean? When you're just trying to be polite and nice.
Actually, I tell you what. The only people that do speak are probably other expats and foreign people that probably live here. They're the only ones that maybe would.
I don't think I've met any other people. Yeah. Just because they don't like to speak. Do you know what I mean?
And how is it? Last thing, actually. How are people with your accent here?
It's bad. I've learned. And a lot of people will say, if anybody watched this, they probably are going to comment on how I'm speaking. They're like, why are you speaking like that? But it's because I've had to learn how, like, people know. I'm from Liverpool. My accent was mad strong. Go and find me a strong accent. Mine was probably stronger. But being in business for the last 5 years now, I've had to learn how to adjust, sort of thing. Especially sitting around like a lot of wealthy people, and they're like, as sad as it is, they don't take me serious. Do you know what I mean? So, even though it's sad, it's good that I've had to learn to speak a bit more professionally and slow it down. But I'll never forget where I come from. I'll never lose my Scouse accent. I love it, like I say, like all Scousers say. We're Scouse, not English, do you know what I mean? Fuck the Tories, all that stuff. It's how I am, know what I mean? And another thing I'll say as well, like, Scousers can spot Scousers from a mile away.
Yeah.
If I see a Scouser out here, I know
You
he's
know,
a Scouser without him opening
without
his
even
mouth.
opening his mouth.
Yeah,
Wow.
everywhere in the world, even when I was in Thailand, seen Scousers there, and it's like, I didn't even speak to him, I just knew. And then when you walk past and you heard him speaking, you're like, told you. There's like Scousers. And that's another thing, you find Scousers everywhere. Everywhere in the world.
Because we can't get rid of you.
It's everywhere. It's mad. But then obviously, a bad bunch ruin it for the rest of us all. Do you know what I mean? Which is, it's like everywhere in the world. But Liverpool's my city, man. I'll never not love Liverpool. And believe it or not, a lot of history has come from such a small city, Liverpool. Do you know what I mean? I love it. I can't wait to get back home. I'm stuck here. You just don't know at the moment.
Brandon, thank you so much for coming, man. This has been an
Anytime,
absolute...
brother.
You know, we didn't even go through anything. We just talking naturally. I love it, man. That was brilliant. And so, yeah, thank you for jumping on here. Yeah, man, I wish you all the success. Yeah, for anything that you need, you got my number. Just drop me a message. Keep your head up. Keep your head up. Sky's the limit. Yeah, you keep progressing. Yeah, keep your morals and your values. You know, and don't lose focus on what you actually are trying to achieve. You know,
Another thing I will say before we end as well, for all futuristic clients, I didn't mention it. I don't do education. This is your guy for education.
Yeah. So I appreciate that, man. Yeah. So for anybody who's looking to build multiple income streams via smart investing and trading, my company P8FX is an accredited education firm. I'm an audited educator, so I can legally teach you how to trade. You know, and then so if you want education in any of this, yeah, please do reach out. And for Brendan, anybody who's looking to get involved with prop firm challenges, anybody looking to get involved with signals, then your handles, Brendan, your social handles for everyone.
Limitless_Brandon. There's a few of the...
We're going to put the links at the bottom of this video.
There's a few of the limitlesses out there who are trying to claim the limitless.
Original. Limitless. Let me just say, every camera, yeah, original limitless.
Yeah. So just basically all me social medias is the same old platform. It's just Limitless_Brandon, and I changed it for a reason. Obviously, people trying to jump on the wave, copy the name or whatever. But yeah, if you want to make some serious money with a good risk to reward, like I said.
There you go, guys. There you go.
The gang.
And then finally, something for all you guys as well. Hopefully, I'll be able to continue and interview more people of interest and traders, etc. And so, if you guys can do me a favor and then just hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. So let me tell you why. One of the biggest things that people say when it comes to my business, and probably even yours, Brandon, as well, is that we don't monetize off any of our social platforms because I'm not a social media person. I'm a trader, and I've really had no care with that. But we've missed an opportunity where we probably could have if we would have stayed consistent and
Most
posted
definitely.
back in the day. But for me, it's time. I'd rather spend my time with my family than on social media. But if I can ask you guys to finally now actually hit subscribe, and if you liked what you heard, then that'll be fantastic, and hopefully we can build the subscribers, and then we can go from there. So thank you guys for watching. Brandon, thank you very much. Thank you for the whole team, for everyone being here as well. I'm Pradesh, that's Brandon. Take care, guys. Bye.